Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So I added this video after the PostGIS tutorial was finished, but I thought it might be useful for some of you to have a bare bones repository to pull down from so that you could practice just installing PostGIS and playing around with it. So here I have our base project, which was just the simple list and create casino locator API. And if we go over here, we can see that's what we got, just one endpoint where we can list casinos and also create a new casino. So all we're going to do is set up our Git repository, and then I'm going to pull it down from GitHub and create a new project. So I'll just run through it real quick. So we'll initialize it by git init, and then we can check the status. So first thing we have to do is add our git ignore file. And we can do that by doing touch.git ignore. And I'm just going to cut and paste these, find our git ignore file, and try that again. Git status. And I already know that we're going to try and avoid these PYC files as well. So now we can try adding what's left. And everything here looks pretty good. So now that we're ready to deploy, push up to GitHub, we need to go create a GitHub repository. So github.com/Peter-Alfredo-Flynn. And this is my GitHub page. You can come here and find this repository if you want to clone it and practice with PostGIS. We'll just call it Casino Locator Tutorial. There we go. And the only way I know how to do this before, for sure, is don't initialize with a README. And this way now you can push an existing repository from the command line. So first thing we'll do is commit our changes. Initial commit. And I'm not sure if my requirements are updated, so let me just quickly freeze those real quick. Okay. And looks like nothing changed, so we should be good. Oops, my bad. Did not mean to paste that in there. Okay, so now we can commit our staged commits. We'll just say initial commit. Okay. And now we can add this existing repository. Now you can check to see if it's there by running git remote-v. And as you can see, we now have a master branch. And we can push to this origin master by typing git push-u origin master. Okay, and that is it. All these files should be up here now. Alright, great. So I'm going to shut down this project. And now I'll just walk through cloning it in so you can see the steps necessary to set it up on your computer. If you've already done this before, then you can just go ahead and find this repository at Peter-Alfredo-Flynn/Casino Locator Tutorial. Otherwise, here's the steps just to get it up and running on your own machine. So I'm going to get out of here, go into a folder I have called tester. Clone, like so. If you don't have this git clone set up, you can also download it as a zip. See, it came in, step inside, and you can see we're working now on a new branch, which you can ignore for these purposes because, like I said, this is probably just for testing. First thing we'll have to do is set up our local environment by doing the same thing we did in the first video, echo layout python 3.envrc. And you might have to type durand allow. Apparently I did it recently, so I didn't have to. And now we have our virtual environment. If I step out, it'll unload. If I go back in, it should load it up. Looks good. And then we can install our requirements by doing pip install -r requirements. And after this, we'll just set it up in PyCharm, make sure everything works, and you should be good to go. Sure, why not? Pip install, upgrade. Okay, now we can open PyCharm, create a new project, find it, Django projects, tester, casino locator tutorial, so wherever you clone this project to. And we'll find the interpreter inside our virtual environment inside the project folder. So in the durand, in the bin, and Python 3.5 is what we're looking for. And we'll create it. And yes, we will create it from existing sources. Okay, so on your machine you will have to set up a new database for this project. So we can go to the settings, come down here, all you have to change is the name of the database. You can call it whatever you want. You can keep it casino locator, but you will have to go into PSQL. I already have a database called casino locator, so I'll just change it to casino locator base. That's fine. And so I'll just go into PSQL, which is already up and running on my machine. And I'll say create database, casino locator base is what I called it. Okay, that's it inside here. So now we will have to migrate. Oops, Python manage migrations. And no changes detected. Okay, so I didn't need to do that step. Just go straight into the migrate. Okay, and that is it. We should be good to go here. So let's test everything out. Try our localhost /8000. Looks like it's up and running. API/casinos. And there we go. We have an empty list view. We can try adding something. De Bellagio again. And there we go. Looks like everything's up and working. So now you can just clone this repository over here at peteralfredoflynn/casino locator tutorial and get started with the PostGIS tutorial. All right, good luck, guys.